Pull up to the Twitch. This is where you can watch everything live and interact with chat. Link down below. Okay, YouTube, listen. We are talking about Joe and Dexter in the stream, and we just came about this video. We wanted to search it up and see which one wins. I had Joe, but my chat's talking about Dexter like he is him. So I want to see. I never watched Dexter. I might have to indulge, but I watch you. So we're finna check this out. Dexter Morgan versus Joe Goldberg. It's closer than you, I think. Wait, what? Closer than you think? Closer than you think. Okay.
I have seen a ton of videos about Dexter Morgan versus Joe Goldberg, so I wanted to give my own opinion on this take in depth. And like I always say, I am not a power scaler. I focus what's shown in the shows and movies, then imagine how it would play out in real life. And let me explain. As we all know, Dexter Morgan is trained in martial arts, which is confirmed in Original Sin and in the original Dexter series.
So he's already winning. Like on the hand-to-hand combat, no weapons involved, no guns or nothing. He's boxing. He's boxing.
And some people tend to argue that he's a better fighter just because of this one scene where James Stokes throws a weak punch, which they use the scene to deduct from Dexter's abilities to fight people in a high-stakes match, which is completely nonsense in my opinion. Yes, that scene doesn't look great, but that's more of an acting or a choreography issue, not a problem with Dexter or Dokes' character. The fight scenes in Dexter weren't really well choreographed, but the writers clearly stated that Dexter has martial arts training and that Dokes was indeed in special ops. So if these characters were real, they'd more than likely have solid combat skills, which is how I come up with my reasoning, and which supports my point that Dexter is a capable fighter. So now that I've explained how I'll be approaching this topic without power scaling and only by logical means, let's dive in. And also keep in mind that I'll be using both characters at their absolute peak, like their absolute prime. I'm removing any of their major weaknesses. So
what season was that when Joe was at his prime? I felt like probably season 1, season 2, Joe was at his prime, I think. Either one of those seasons, 1 or 2, probably 2. Or the love season. 4 might have been like his prime, low-key. 2? Okay, 2 it is.
This can be a fair and serious fight. That means that Joe Goldberg won't be making dumb mistakes like he did in season 5, and Dexter won't be as sloppy as he was in New Blood. So I will be using Joe from season 4 when he was working with Reese, and Dexter from seasons 1.
Oh my god, yo, Joe was moving devious with Reese. Oh my god, Joe was moving so comp, bro.
1 and 2, when he was fully connected to his dark passenger and guided by Harry Morgan. But I still will be taking scenarios from other seasons in Dexter and You to make the story flow and make, more sense. But you'll know what I mean as the video progresses. So let's imagine a scenario that makes the most sense for both of these characters. So Dexter Morgan starts to suspect that Joe Goldberg is a killer, specifically the Eat the Rich killer. He finds it strange that the new guy in town
killer
who just joined this friend group of rich people is one of the only ones left alive after most of them ended up dead with him there. Dexter would get a gut feeling, just like he figured out who the Trinity killer was, even though Trinity had been running from law enforcement for decades. So it's easy to conclude that Dexter has a natural instinct for spotting killers. But Dexter, he wouldn't just act right away. He can't kill Joe going off a gut feeling. He needs to stick to the code. He needs solid proof that Joe Goldberg is actually the Eat the Rich killer. So he would stalk Joe until he's completely sure that he is guilty.
Wait, he was doing that? He was doing the same thing? I didn't know, like, okay, they're similar. They're similar, like, okay. How good was Dexter at stalking, though? I feel like Joe was, like, kind of comp at it, though. Like, he was disappearing in the shadows and shit. Like, he was pretty comp. I'm not gonna lie. But, okay.
Now this is how I imagine them having their first encounter. So by the end of You season 4, Joe marries Kate Lockwood, becoming incredibly rich, like I'm talking billionaire rich. He reopens Mooney's bookstore, and that's where Dexter would make his first move, posing under a fake name. Like again,
Dexter would stop for days.
Victims. And as I said earlier, I might reuse details from their seasons.
Yo, get on my Dexter's camera work is actually hilarious.
Season 4 skill skill set, just using, details from other seasons. And as we all know, Dexter likes to talk to his victims, sometimes using fake names. So while he enters Mooney's, he would have a conversation with Joe, and as he's having a conversation with Joe would learn that there's something suspicious about Dexter, because in season 4 he suspected that Nadia was onto him just because she didn't finish her homework, just off of something so little he could find out their true intentions. And also Joe would notice right away that Dexter's behavior is off.
But no
Dexter
attachment
really has never been great in social situations. Just like how Dokes picked up on his strange behavior, Joe would too. He'd remember Dexter's face and do what he always does, investigate.
I always been like, I'll see memes of this guy, bro, this bald ass nigga, bro, and like, he's so fucking hilarious. He reminds me of the one meme, the new Captain Falcon, the new Captain America in the Marvel universe right now. He's like him. I'm trying to remember his name. You know what I'm talking about. Like, he has some like weird faces, but they make that weird look with their mouth. Like, I don't know. I remember.
He'd remember Dexter's face and do what he always does, investigate. Joe could easily reverse Google image search a security photo of Dexter's face, from Mooney's security cameras, and eventually find out his real identity. Because remember in season 5 when Joe did research on Bronte because, he was a little bit suspicious.
He's so surprised. He is?
To Dexter. And
I never knew that.
Both of them would know what's happening. Dexter is stalking Joe, and now Joe is stalking Dexter, and it becomes a full-on cat and mouse game. But the key difference is that Dexter might not realize that Joe knows exactly who he is. He might assume that Joe is suspicious, especially since anyone smart enough to kill multiple rich people and get away with it would be, good at catching on with almost anything. But Dexter probably wouldn't know that Joe has found out his full name and background, at least not yet. And Dexter would finally realize that Joe knows who he is when he receives a mysterious message, one that includes evidence connecting him to the Bay Harbor butcher. It won't be foolproof, but it would be convincing enough. These messages would include some of the same info that Angela Bishop uncovered, and then he would threaten to expose Dexter's real name and face to the world if he doesn't back off. And you might be wondering, how would Joe even, get all of
I feel like Joe was the most OP when he had hella money, low key, but he was just making
just about
hella dumb shit
in the world, and you can get anything done with some money. And this is what would spark the real war between them both. Dexter would be more confused than ever, questioning everything like, I did everything the same way I usually do, so how did this all go wrong? But the world has changed and, technology has improved, and Joe now has power and money. And Dexter's never gone up against someone like this before with this amount of money, a billionaire. But what Joe doesn't realize also is that he's never faced someone like Dexter either. Joe might underestimate him at first. He might think Dexter's kills are just neat little trophies, but what he doesn't know is that the few bodies found under the water, that was only the tip of the iceberg. So with that message, Dexter would then do his research also.
Does Dexter only throw the body parts like in the water? Or like does he ever like scatter them like the one murder, like that one murder I'm trying to remember what it's called, investigation, where like this guy cut up the body and like put it in different like spots, or he just dumps it all in the water and trash bag.
Find out where Joe lives, which wouldn't really be too hard at all. After all, Joe is now rich and famous, and you can practically find anybody who's rich and famous address
throw them in the water
on Google. So Dexter would begin
just all in one spot.
And Joe, thinking that the blackmail was enough to scare Dexter off, makes a mistake, because one night Joe steps out of his house only to be hit in the neck with a dose of M99. So Dexter might think that he's finally won. He's got the M99 in his neck. Joe's laid down in the trunk of the car all tied up. Pretty easy win for Dexter, right? He ties Joe up and loads him into his car, heading to a kill room he set up in the basement of Mooney's bookstore, because Dexter loves to set up camp where people do their dirty business. But what Dexter doesn't know is that Joe has been poisoned before by his former lover, Love Quinn. And when Joe is digging into
Love Quinn. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
But what Dexter doesn't know is that Joe has been poisoned before by his former lover, Love Quinn. And when
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get the cutscene with Love in it. Love could have been the person that could kill Joe. Now listen, if Love wasn't a bonehead, he would have killed Joe. No, dead ass. That dead freaking ass. He could have killed Joe. If she just was a little bit smarter with how she did things, bro, and just wasn't such in love with him and attached and stuff like that, she could have killed him. She could have killed him so different times, like so many different times.
Love Quinn. And when Joe was digging into Dexter's history, he found Angela Bishop's notes that Angela knew about the M99 and even noticed the small injection holes in Dexter's victims. So Joe was already ready, and Joe had secretly created an antidote to M99, just like he had once created one to survive Love's poison. So he planned ahead, expecting Dexter to use it, and while he was in the car pretending to be unconscious, Joe had already started loosening his restraints. Just enough so they still looked pretty secure, but could be slipped off at the
Oh my god, yo, Dexter's a demon. Wait, Dexter used to kill him like while they're alive? Wait, Dexter killed them while they were alive? Like, nah, Dexter's a demon, bro. Yo. Nah, bro, just cutting up body parts and like, oh, that's yo, imagine that, chat. Like, you're alive and like they're that's like being awake and you're in surgery. Like some people wake up doing surgery. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I never woke up during surgery. I heard stories of people waking up doing surgery, and like obviously they still can't feel it because their arms and body parts are so numb. But like, bro, that's he talks to them too while he ew. I want to get that in my head.
Dexter still thinks everything is going exactly as planned until it all flips in an instant. As Dexter carries Joe into the basement and lays him on the table to start wrapping him in plastic, Joe suddenly jumps in and attacks him. Now Dexter is completely caught off guard because how in the world does this guy wake up? A fight would break out, and you know it's a serious one. And Joe actually Dexter has the upper hand first, especially since you know they're in the basement of Mooney's, a place that he knows like the back of his hand. And Dexter is used to being in control during kills, but at this time, he's on the defense, and that is his weakness. So while Joe has never really been officially trained in combat and it's never really been specified, you know, what kind of martial arts he's been trained in, but the show has shown us that he can hold his own in a fight. He can. Dexter would begin to wear Joe down with his, you know, superior.
Wait, he killed him? He killed the bald dude? Wait, did Dexter kill the bald dude or no? What happened with the bald dude? No?
Thus knocking him unconscious. Then minutes pass and he wakes up.
Oh, freak ass.
But wait, there's more. Dexter would lift his knife, then pause. Joe would look at him in the eyes, not with fear.
He got blown up? How? Actually, spoilers for people. I don't know.
With understanding, and he would say, just go ahead, do it. But if you do it, you'll never know what I found, and you'll never know what I know about you. And in this moment, Dexter would hesitate. Joe would continue saying something like, I dug up something that not even Angela Bishop found. Something buried so deep in
oh wow, that's crazy.
Your first kill. But he is actually, you know, bluffing. But Joe is really good at making sure the situation is always in his favor. His on-the-spot thinking to get out of any situation is his key. As seen when Joe
True.
About Malcolm. This clip shows that he's really good at talking himself out of high-stakes situations, and that he's really good under pressure, and this is when he best performs, which he would use on the table to get in Dexter's brain. Then Dexter would back away slightly. Joe would still press on, saying, I know everything. I've read every article and even somehow pulled up your very old documents that your father tried to hide from you as a child. Then Dexter would say, what if I just kill you right now and all that information that you claim to know just disappears since you're dead? Joe would respond with, I have a kill switch, so if I'm not at my house by the break of dawn, that will be publicized to everybody. And Dexter would realize it all, that Joe didn't want to just survive, he wanted control. He wanted to rewrite the entire story and turn himself into the man who finally unraveled the Bay Harbor Butcher. He stares at Joe and says, you don't get the win, and you don't get the final act. Joe would be confused as he watches Dexter burn the entire kill room, erasing all trace of either of them being there. He would leave Joe tied up, but alive. But Joe has one last move left. As Dexter leaves, thinking it's over, Joe would have a hidden razor that he had tucked in his skin. A trick he used before in season 5, and stumbles out of the back exit
True.
just before the fire consumes the building. But as Joe slips out through the back door, thinking that he's one step ahead, Dexter is already there waiting. He predicted this move, having studied Joe's pattern from the start, and in the end, Dexter wins.
Yo, he was really passionate. Yo, bro was really passionate about that. Honestly, I don't know. That was passion. That was pure art, chat. We just watched pure art from a YouTuber. Shout out to bro. What's his name? What's his name, chat? Hold on, let me see his name. Let me give him a shout out. Movie Snap. That was bad. Shout out to bro. Shout out to Movie Club. Shout out to them, bro. And shit, you know. He was in the last season. He was really hurt. He got he got shot in the chest and all that type of shit. Yeah. I don't know. Really fire, entertaining vid, bro. Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
I just shot my left wrist, and it's cut like 10 degrees. I got cabbage, 100 green.